Hey guys, we're back from the guy who replaces the fitting on the hose shop. So I just show you what he did with this long hose. It's now about 170 feet long instead of 200 feet long. You put a male end on there. This hose is in pretty good shape. I don't know if you can see this, but you can see a couple where it's skidded up there and scraped on stuff in some spots. But all in all, it's in pretty good shape, so we'll get another season out of that. This is the piece we cut out, probably about 30 feet of it, 35 feet. So this 10-foot piece here is where it was really bad in various spots, and then there's another small piece where it was bad. That's really a shame. That was an expensive pressure washing hose from FNA Group and basically stinks. Anywho, so what was left over of that piece, we made a nice jumper hose. You can see he put some nice clamps on there. So I got a good piece of jumper hose out of it, and then, just cut it down to 170 for the big hose. On the other two hoses, we only lost about, maybe a foot. So on this end of the drain cleaning hose, he put a nice male end on, and this is my fitting that was on there. I just got to reattach that with some Teflon tape. And then on this hose here, another 3/8, which is another FNA specialty hose. Much more expensive than regular pressure washing hose, which isn't worth the money, is the male end. I got to Teflon tape that. And that wraps up these hoses. So I hope you enjoyed this. Part 2 of this video, we're going to show you what we're doing, when we're connecting these hoses on the reels. See ya. Hey, here you are. Welcome back to part 2. We're going to install the hoses on the hose reels, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to take care of that 90-degree elbow problem on that big reel. So hang in there. I'll be right back, guys. See ya. Hey guys, so here we are back at the big reel, and if you remember, that fitting right there is a 90-degree, and coming off of that tip really made the hose kink up a lot. So to solve that problem, we're putting in one of these. This is a 1/2-inch male iron pipe with a swivel, and then it's a 45-degree angle. So now instead of that sharp angle, when you install this with some Teflon tape, okay, you can see how that lines up much better with that reel now. See there? So your hose will come much straighter right onto the reel instead of going down like that onto the reel. So when you're putting these on, you'll need some Teflon tape on the threaded part here, but you don't need Teflon tape on the threaded part of the hose that goes into this, because if you look in here, that's beveled, okay? It's kind of like a flare fitting in there. And your hose on the end, if we walk over and look at this 1/2-inch hose, you will see that your hoses are beveled on the end as well. Okay, see there? So that bevel fits right into that bevel, and then you tighten them up and you're good to go. Now to point out a difference on this other hose here, okay, this is a swiveled end that was put on the hose, but you see that right there? There's no beveled end on that one. It's a different brand. So the male end that we put on here, where's the male end right here, it doesn't have a bevel on it. So you got to really put a lot of pipe dope or whatever you want to put on there, Teflon tape on there, tighten this up. Now I guess theoretically if you tighten it down hard enough, it might go all the way down there and seal that. I doubt it though. I've never tried it or been able to get it down that far. So Teflon tape that up real good, and that's just a little bit different. So when you're hooking up your hoses, I guess what I'm trying to tell you is, see if your hose, has a bevel like that in it that matches up to this type of bevel in there. All right, see there? Or if it has a flat end that you're going to need tape like that matching up, where you're going to need pipe dope or tape. Just another handy tip. Here you can see on this 3/8 hose that I had him put this end on, it already had a beveled end. See there? That's my old beveled end. So this 3/8 hose has a beveled end on the male side on this side, but does not have it on this side. So this side goes towards this is a swivel here, right? And this one's not. So this one goes towards the reel, and then we have a smaller one of these, same 45, that'll go on there. Another nice thing about this guy is when he gave me this hose back, look at this beautiful zip tie. That's a big long zip tie. So if you're real careful down in here where these little ridges are right here, you see those? Up in there you can see that little flap right in there. And if you take a screwdriver and lift that up just a little bit, you can slide that zip tie apart, and that's a nice zip tie to save. It's nice and heavy duty. Alright, here you can see I have my screwdriver pried underneath the little tab, pushing it up that way. So it's pushing it up that way, so now I can just pull this, you know, hold it in place, see if I can do this with one hand, and pull this zip tie right off. You hear it coming off? See how loose it is now? Now that I have my 45 installed, I used a Teflon tape here. I had to bushing it down because that's like a 3/4 inch thing, but in any event, so you have the 45, it goes into the swivel fitting right here. I don't need the Teflon tape for that swivel fitting because that flare fitting goes to my hose. Now if you look at this, this is really tight right along in here where everything connects. So this has to be straight right here. This whole part has to be straight, and then this nut right here you might have to turn just a little bit, this one down here on the hose, so that when you're tightening up the swivel, you know, it'll actually tighten. I mean, there's not much room this way or this way, but once you get it on there, now look at the bend here. See the difference? It's still a tight bend, but if you look at it, it's not kinking like it was. It's a much better bend for that hose to wrap around this reel than it was before, where it actually kinked. Alright, so we're going to roll this up. I've got to take all this hose and run it out the door so it's kind of straight, and then I'll reel it in, and that won't take long because it's an electric reel. And then I just pulled the hose all the way out down there, and it's about 174 feet. It's just past, see where that shovel handle sticking up goes, about 15 feet past that yellow shovel handle by the well there. So we're going to reel it in. I hope all these stupid tables don't get in my way. Alright, it's a little sloppy there, but that's the best I can do with this makeshift. Now I just dropped the end of it, so anyways, it was all nice and tight. I can't sit here and do this with a stupid chair in the way and tables in the way and whatever, but you get the basic idea. See how nice that is? Just pretend that's not there. There you have it. Nicely wound all the way. Keeping my hose on this end here that I'm holding. That's because I have to hook up the other hose to it and get it going. And then when I'm done, the end will clip down into that receiver down there. Have a great day. Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching my videos. I really hope you enjoy them. If you have a comment or a question, leave it in the comments section below. I'll be glad to answer it as soon as I can, or maybe one of my subs will. But remember, please hit that subscribe button that's going to pop up, and YouTube is going to put more videos for you to watch over here. So enjoy yourself, grab the popcorn, and just remember, we really appreciate you being part of our family and subscribing to our channel. All the support you give us has been wonderful. So have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video.